Hello, welcome back. Last time I destroyed some things, and then met a robot who I seem to be playing as in some way that I didn't quite understand. Start game. Where will this take me? 32. Optimizer, PSU, destroyed. Right, okay. So right, one of the things that I've destroyed. Let's go to the next one. Alright, so we're back in a virtual module again, probably. This music is surprisingly loud always. I mean, I could change it in the settings, it's just, I don't know. Apparently I don't. Section, low voltage nodes. Low voltage nodes are unable to operate in voltages used by regular nodes, so the octagonal ones from the prelude. Gotcha. No forks or dead ends. Valid connections, forks, dead ends. Can connect to at most 4 other nodes. Oh, okay. So that's an implication that was not spoken of. That's a fork. That looks invalid. It is. These are not powered up. I have to change it, of course. End section. Okay. Low voltage. Yeah. So no forks or dead ends. So that's invalid, therefore. So they can connect to each other. Being, like, unnecessarily contrarian and not following these paths laid out for me. Oh, right. And then I have to do something like that. Sure. Voltage mixing. Low voltage nodes requirements only apply to paths that connect directly to them. Regular nodes can still have paths with forks and dead ends as long as these do not connect to a low voltage node. End section. Of course. Fork the path here, but not here. Low voltage rerouting. Low voltage nodes are more challenging to reroute due to their constraints. Rerouting is not possible between two low voltage nodes. Rerouting can only be done if one of the nodes is a regular one. Of course. Yes, I understand. So you are low voltage. You can go like this. And then green is in need. I have path open. And then this and that. Okay. No problem. Real puzzles? Real puzzles. Here we go. Out of the virtual modules. So I understand what virtual module means, and it does use the module word. Anyway. Syntax parser. All these fancy names that don't quite line up with what I'm doing, but that's fine. Oh, right. Whoops, I made a mistake. Yeah, mark is worn, is red. Sure. I don't actually have to undo. I can. But that's unnecessary, because all I did was this. Hang on, why did that break it? Because it has a dead end. I see, okay. But from the other end, it's fine. Oops, except that makes a dead end, of course. Right, okay. So I have to start breaking it from this end. Yes, so I experienced this during prologue. This is all familiar. Right, no, start from the other end. It's challenging sometimes. But, like, I could do this because you're not powered yet. So when powered, then I have to do the extra things. Okay, so now, you are regular thingies. I think you're suggesting... this is funny. So I do this first. Then I can break this connection. Then I can make a new one this way. Break this connection from this side, opening up the possibility of remaking the gray from here. Which gives me enough room to do the other things. Okay? The music is different here. We're in like a whole new section of the game. A whole new module. I don't know. Semantic Identifier. Oh boy, it's one of these. Okay, so... this is fine. I'll put down wire here, but there's not enough room. Alright, so... all red are low voltage, all green are low voltage, all white are high voltage. So, suggestion for red would be something like this, which is obviously a problem because of how it cuts off white. If I did that the other way around, would it look any better? Yes. Okay. However, green is not yet compatible, but maybe it can become compatible at some point. Alright, so from here, what would I want to change? It's hard to tell. Okay, so let's try... I don't know what to start with is the thing. I mean, red looks like it has the most dependencies and stuff. So if I went north for this red, this was what I tried first and it looked bad. Why is that worse than going the other way? Because this space is open. Okay, why does that work better the other way though? Because isn't everything here vertically symmetric? Ooh, this music's going places. For a moment, at least. Hold on, why did this look better? Is it just my perception or is something more open? Because here I can get to your north side and the south side of both of those. Like, am I seeing wrong or what? Yes, I was seeing wrong. This is just as open. Okay, so... now from here, what options do I have? Somehow I have to use this space to incorporate green. And how do I imagine that's going to happen? Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be green, does it? Alright, so you're on the most outside on this side, and the most inside on this side. So I've just done the most obvious thing here. You know, I can change my route like this, but this doesn't, like, this, getting this space doesn't buy me anything, so there's no reason to think about that. All red nodes have exactly 2 sides open. Now here's one thing to think about. Another valid layout could be something that looks more like that. Yeah, so the topological equivalent to that changes my possibility space, perhaps for the better. Because then I can do U and escape with white out here. Now, that's still a problem for green, because that completely cuts off my green path. In 2 different ways, in fact. Seems worse? Honestly, it's not, though. I got red and white connected, and that's what I had before. Okay, are those the only 2 options? I think so. So it's either one on the edge or the one in the center that has both the north and south connections. Now, okay, so maybe there's an option of both of the ones over here having north connections. So check it out. Like, I could do this. This? That's taken up a lot of space, however... Oh wait, hang on. What if more like this? That's valid. You have problems, I understand. This just seems like it takes up a whole lot more space and doesn't gain me any benefit compared to other options. Okay, sure, so yeah, you're depowered, that's fine. You can be like that. I mean, this green has nowhere to go. Okay, so how do I give this green somewhere to go? Let's route you first. There's essentially 4 possibilities for how you route. There's this, and there's the vertical mirror of those, so it's one of those options. Let's assume it's this one, or the topographical equivalent flipped vertically. That actually looks pretty plausible. Because if red does this, then white has a short path it can take here. Red can take a longer path. There we go, longer path around. And that just solves it. Okay. So doing green first. Let the rest of the puzzle just sort of fall apart. Cool. Pareidolia Simulator. Well, I don't see any faces here right now. But maybe I will once I make all my connections. Alright, so you don't have room on the outside. Therefore, you're the one going outside of the reds. I'm just looking at, like, this diagonal and this diagonal intersecting each other. And seeing, like, I can't do that, because those are mixed colors, etc. I guess I can do this. But, like, there's no way for... No, I can also do this. No, I have lots of options. What am I talking about? Okay, let me just look at what my other problems are. There are 4 whites. 2 indigo way over here and here. Yeah, that important space has an extra little square in it. Okay. So green and red are parallel. White has the outermost corners. Okay, well I know... No, I don't know that. It could be either of those. It might not be both. So I know one of these and one of these must be true. Okay. I know this must be true. Okay. Not sure laying down that wire really helps me though. Anyway, so, minimum amount of space you could take up would look about like this. Because you have to go somewhere, and let's say that's where you went. Alright, so how does the rest of the puzzle look beyond that? Because if you were to go up through here, unless you snake down through there, which is an option, you would cut this off, because you'd have to go through up here. But you could... Okay, yeah, so I see a different... but that's a problem for green. I guess you could snake all the way around green and do something silly. But then that would cut off red, so no. I think this is a reasonable first guess for indigo. Or lavender, or whatever you want to call it. It looks like a different color now that it's lit up. Okay, so no forks or dead ends, so you would want something like that, maybe. And then, I don't know what you're gonna get. Maybe that's cutting off you. So that's definitely a problem. Yeah, I don't like the way this situation looks right now. Could I sneak around... like this? I think I could, except not with you, but I might be able to change that. Because I can do this, and that's valid. Okay, I think I solved it. Oops. Fortunately there's no, whatever the game's term is for things unlocking progressively. I still don't see a face here. Alright, cool. Denoiser. Alright, these are fun, and I'm starting to get... Am I starting to learn anything? Like, I'm solving things intuitively, but I can't, like, put into words what I'm doing. But hey, that's, that does feel like progress. Alright, no corners are occupied. Which is scary, because it means I don't have an easy constraint to start with. This cluster of 4 looks... kinda intimidating. Single yellow. Therefore, simplest thing to do is that. Therefore, I'm probably not doing that, but maybe I am. Alright, so we got single yellow here. 3 greens, 2 purples, 2 reds, 2 whites. So green is the most numerous. Let's start there and just sort of see what happens. What happens is at this... I haven't cut off purple, not entirely. Because you still have a route through here. Which does, by necessity, cut off red, though, in this routing. So what if instead I just kind of like messed around with stuff and did that and this? I've cut you off, obviously. Okay, so that's no good. And I don't think there's a way around that. Okay, so this snarl. Let's connect white first, since now I've seen it's kind of a problem with green and purple. I think I could maybe encircle... Oh boy. How would... No, that's not going to happen. There's a good bit of room over here. I'm probably going to be using it. Okay, white and purple. Let's do purple first with a reasonably short path. Oh, hang on. So purple topology has implications for white. What if I did this? Yellow has problems now. What's that? That's nothing. Lots of colors have problems now. What was the point of that exercise? The point of that exercise was to try and get a path compatible with white and purple at the same time? I mean, okay, I have one, but then you are out of luck. Okay, so I can make some determinations about yellow, can't I? So I can do this. There's no reason for you to ever take up more room than that. So yellow has three options. There's this, and there's this. Two of those options give me only one purple option, which is fine. I'm only going to use one purple option. There's less room up here than there is down here. So this feels like the better way to go, but then, like, why not just do this? Because there's, like, not a lot of room up in this area, so let's speculatively do yellow this way. Now, if yellow is done that way, is it possible to do purple in a way that's unproblematic for white? And I think the answer is definitively no. Yeah, okay. So I think this makes... Well, no. There's this route. Oh, okay. This is almost plausible. Maybe it actually is. Can red and green get along? Maybe they can. Oh, okay. Alright, once again, that was an accidental solve, but it was an accidental solve that was made possible by some deliberate actions. I made some deductions, then the rest just fell into place. Okay, I can work with that. This one was destroyed. Okay. I don't know if I should be taking a note of these, like which ones were destroyed. I assume I'll be able to tell when I haven't done something. Yeah, I'll be able to tell. Because, like, if I can't get to... Is it like plus and minus? Here we go. So the keybinds still work, but, like, the thing doesn't pull out on destroyed modules. I have to hold the shift key to press plus. Equals doesn't do it. Yeah, because, like, when I'm going through these in the list, I'll see that a puzzle is unsolved, so I can just, like, go through the list and... Oh, now you come up. Wait, before this didn't. Hold on, I got here, I moved my mouse up here and this didn't come up. I left and came back and then it did? Okay, I'll test that out again next time I get to a destroyed module. Next module. Inductive interfaces. Inductive interfaces take energy from powered up paths drawn on top of them, so we got another new mechanic here. Can plus have forks and dead ends. Okay. Paths can only be powered up when they are connected to a node on at least two ends. Sorry, I didn't absorb any of that. Let's go back. I can't. I'd have to skip. So if I skip, it'll replay this, right? End section. Go back. Go forward. Oh, right. I have to hold shift to do plus. It doesn't replay. What if I menu and then I continue? Here we go. Okay, so that's a way I can get it to repeat. Inductive interfaces. Inductive interfaces. That's these, I guess, since they're the new thing. Take energy from powered up paths drawn on top of them. Only powered up path can power up an inductive interface. Paths can only be powered up when they are connected to a node on at least two ends. Sure. Okay, so this is just operating on the state of wire powered or unpowered. Okay, got it. I feel like that could have been explained clearer somehow, but after a couple of reads I got it. So, you are now powered up, so those are happy, but you... Right, so this is a weird snarl here. How is that going to... Oh, it's going to resolve easily, like this. Mm-hmm. But you can just draw however. There we go, okay. Information extractor, okay. So basically these are just locations where a wire has to cross. And I won't have unpowered wires unless that's a mechanic later, maybe it will be. But yeah, it just says wire must go here. Okay. Understand. So here I can get you. Oh, and I have a path limit. I have a path limit, therefore the simple thing of this probably won't quite do it, but maybe I have enough like this? I do. Okay, great. I slightly changed my route when I noticed how close I was to my budget. Redundancy Pruner, that's a lot of wire. Oh boy, and I see why. So okay, I need to set down one single line here that crosses all the things. You are extremely out of the way. And there's nothing I'm ever going to be able to do about that, really. I'll just have to go that far out of my way. Let's see how this works out if I do it this way. I think I have problems. Sure looks like it. And I have a lot more in my budget. Okay, so this snarl. What does this imply? This implies one of those. And then this. Which is a problem here, because I need my endpoint. Can I reverse your orientation? No, because of this I can't. No, so this definitely requires those lines to be drawn. Like, no matter what I do, it has to involve this. Okay? Therefore, I think what I need to do... Oh, but then these... Okay, yeah, so here. Here's a way to... See, since these have pits next to them, I can just lay down these ahead of time, and then fit my pattern to those. You, however, are in the center of a thing, so it's not the same for that. Okay, so I think those are all the things that must be. Therefore, I see that I could do this. It looks more efficient to go this way. And I do have a budget still. And I do need to deal with these still. I might as well go over here now. Let's see if this just fits in my budget as is. If I just connect these up. But then, what are you? Well, what you are is a detour for this, aren't you? And I'm out of wire. Okay, so this detour is too much. Alright, so now this turns into a wire optimizing puzzle. Got it. So if I go back to that state, let's try and just use less. So what if I went over here, and then zigzagged this way? That doesn't look invalid to me just yet, however, it's going to be because of the way you are. Because this is... so... Actually, I can lay down a few more things. What is implied by that is this. Like, that's mandatory. So it feels like what I want to do would look a lot like this. Connect those two at that spot. However, I don't have enough wire. So could I avoid this whole detour and include it here instead, maybe? So if you include that... Does that actually save me any wire, though? Yes, it does. There we go. Okay, cool. That was fun. And I had 2 left in my budget somehow. Decoder! Alright, similar format so I can use the same pre-solve constraints thing. This is like playing a Masyu puzzle. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of, extremely. In fact, yeah, that is eerily similar. When I first got an iPhone, back when that was the only smartphone worth considering getting, Masyu was the game I probably played the most on that device. And it involved drawing paths kind of like this. Hold on, I'm not necessarily connecting these. I am necessarily connecting these, therefore this must connect. And this has the dead end, so it goes that way. This has a dead end up until there. Oh, this is cool, I like this. Okay, you have a dead end, so you must connect there. Oh, this is super neat! Wow! Alright, so I can connect these two, because you're making a loop with yourself. Hold on, how are you doing that? Wait, was it valid to go both ways here? It was, yes, and that makes everything work. I need to do this instead of that, but there we go, that solves it. Neat! So it's like a double loop, and I used my budget exactly. Oh, this is fun. Aliaser. Alright, so you. Okay, we got multiple green nodes and... Oh, okay, complications abound. Okay, so that can only connect this way, so it has to. You can only... No, you are not a low voltage. So therefore, you could connect this way. Okay. I do know that. But there's a lot I don't know now. So I got a lot more wires left. What is that, 35 more? All greens do have to be in the same network. I'm feeling like this seems good. I'm not certain though. Think about whether it makes sense to get those involved too. But okay, so all greens will have to be in the same network at some point. Okay. You are open from 2 sides, you are not. And center constraints... Yeah, if I'm reading this right, I think this is necessary, both sides of you. Shortest path would involve this, I think. So therefore, that would mean you do this. That looks nice and close, but is it what I actually want to do? Maybe? Okay, so you can branch, but not unless... Let's see how this works out. You still have to connect to something non-branching, which you could do like this. Let's just see how this works with the budget. Most things are satisfied. So I could just power these up like that and reach this with the remaining wire. Okay, it worked out. Neat. And I even had a couple extra put down on the board. Okay, Well, I think I'm satisfied with that. This looks like similar thing, but with more compactness and a different kind of constraints. Alright! Hey, today I had lots of fun. That was very nice. Alright, so next time, deduplicator. Still, I guess, just make my own stopping point wherever a boundary between puzzles is, which is fine with me. Alright, I'll see you next time to continue from there.